Ben Taylor coming to you from Gorilla Fitness, CrossFit Montclair in beautiful New Jersey for the Black Star Strength and Conditioning blog. We're going to talk about 14.3. Again, most of you have done this workout if you're following the blog either Thursday or Friday. I like to wait on the strategy video a bit because I want to see people go through the workout. I want to see it in person and on video. So you're going to get it Saturday night, Sunday morning for your actual full-fledged effort on Monday. So most of you should have gone through this workout sort of at 60, 70% speed. So you should have a good idea where you are. So let's get started. First thing I want to talk about is, for this workout in particular, is pace versus speed. Actually, that's just a general theme we have. Speed, just in general, speed is for training, but pace is for competition. On these workouts, the worst possible thing you can do is shoot out of the gate like a bat out of hell. Take your time. You do not want to red line too early, or else you've destroyed the whole workout. All right. So we're going to go with that concept there. One of the ways we found that you can control pace is with your management of the bar. Now, this is going to be a concept that is going to be difficult for a lot of people to really wrap their minds around because it goes a little bit against conventional wisdom. What we found is that in almost all cases where there are multiple reps with a barbell, holding on to the barbell for any reps costs you more in the long run than dropping it every time. Now, there are some caveats to that, but that's generally how we like to think about the workout. This workout is no different, and we'll get to that later. But let's talk about box jumps first, all right? Again, not really conventional wisdom. When you think box jumps, you want to jump on and off the box. What we found out last year is that that is actually slower in the long run because of the metabolic cost of jumping on and off the box. We had people try to do that last year, get a certain amount of reps, found out that, stepping might be more efficient. And lo and behold, people were adding 40 and 50 reps to their workout. This workout seems to lend itself to that as well, all right? We're going to recommend that you step up and step down on every rep, right? And I'll put up actually on the blog with the write-up, maybe there are some sort of body types that might benefit still from jumping or some form of jumping. I did that last year. But I'm going to say, in general, your sort of default should be stepping up and stepping down. The one exception might be to step up and then jump down, all right? The jump down part is actually the fast part of the movement, right? Jumping up to the box is really no faster than stepping up, right, over the long term. Jumping down is quicker, but the downside of it is it does have a pretty significant effect on your CNS. If you have low back issues, you will aggravate them by jumping down. Even if it isn't debilitating, we found that jumping down, when then you go back to your deadlift, will affect your deadlift performance, right? So our default for almost everyone is to step up and step down. You want to save as much energy as you can for the deadlifts, and we found that in terms of time, actually we said jumping takes about 30 seconds for 15 reps, and the step up, step down takes about 36 seconds. So you're not really losing anything there, all right? Now let's talk about the deadlifts. Deadlifts, pretty heavy, finally. We got a heavy workout. Now, there have been, I've seen, some recommendations out there that you want to, use the bouncy plates. You want to be able to rep through a couple of reps to get the rebound off the floor that helps you separate the bar from the floor. I'm going to say that that's one avenue to go, but it's probably not the best, all right? Our recommendation is to do singles as soon as it makes sense, all right? And what that means is if you can drop the bar and have it not move all over the place from you, then it makes absolute sense to do singles. Now, basically, that's going to be in plate selection. If you can, use metal plates, right? Particularly with the 135, right? Go right to metal plates. If you have a beater bar or something like that you don't mind taking a little punishment, and your floors are fine or whatever, and your gym owner allows you, use the metal plate. I'll actually put up a video with an experiment we did using singles, deadlifts, metal plates, and HD plates combined. Trust me, you lose nothing. The benefits you gain from that is that you avoid the eccentric phase of the movement. That's where most of the damage gets done, okay? You don't lose any time by dropping the weight from the waist level to the floor, and you gain the advantage of having not held on to the bar that entire time. Our athletes have been stepping and doing singles and getting through this workout pretty quickly. The athletes that hang on to the bar are not doing as well as they should, right? There's too much of a metabolic cost to holding on to the bar. Do singles as soon as possible. And what I would say is for actually the men and the women, in that in the round of 20, that's 225 and 155, you should absolutely be doing singles. The first round, not so much. It's pretty light. Just go through those. Break up the second round, the round of 15. We have athletes doing 3, 3, and 3, basically 5 sets of 3. And then after that, it's singles throughout. That doesn't mean drop the bar, kind of hang out at the top, and then go down with it. You can actually follow the bar down while you're dropping it. All right? And just to get through this quickly, we have some special considerations. Use gloves, all right? Particularly after the 14.2, if your hands are a little raw, grip should not be an issue, right? Grip for most of the people has not been an issue, so to get a special bar or something like that, not a factor. But if they're a little raw, you want to protect them. Belts, you're probably not going to need a belt in the early rounds. Maybe in the later rounds, you want to put on like a Velcro belt or something that's easy to adjust. The big, bulky weightlifting belts, don't do that. Shoes, I'm going to say that's your preference. I prefer on box jumps and deadlifts a flat shoe like a Chuck Taylor, even the Reebok Nanos. The weightlifting shoes I find tip people forward a little bit too much, so on a deadlift, the bar will be a little too far out in front. Use a flat shoe. I think that's better, but once again, that's your preference. You can't game the tiebreakers. Don't worry about the tiebreakers. Worry about the reps. Enough said. And lastly, back issues. If you have back issues, okay, I'm going to say, once again, singles and step down. That's really the only way you're going to save your back. Have complete and your form needs to be spot on, okay? Set your back up, but you don't have to, you can move quickly, but make sure you're setting your back up with every single rep, all right? I tried to get through that pretty quickly. I went longer than I wanted to, but that's pretty much it, all right? We'll have a write-up to go along with this video, and good luck on 14.3 on Monday.